occupies this year, and we're pitched 110.
Yeah, that was brought up the other night. Yes. Great shot up to middle for Sydney Horton. The box who had been hitting, and were big hitters, so they ran with that play and it paid off. Bunt down the first baseline, and McKenna Smith probably chooses incorrectly, goes to the lead runner, and been one of Glenelg's standout hitters for the season. Gets after it. It's a high chopper to Liz Engler, who fires one across to the lead runner for the first out. Runner still at first and second on Penglace. Gets after it and goes up the middle, and Montana Edwards just fumbles it. Bevan slides in. She's quick. Gets under the tag before it gets there. Just see the little bobble in the glove was all that probably held it off. The only out so far was a fielder's choice. This one's popped up and an infield fly is called. Montana Edwards makes no mistake this time for the second out.
Their first 5 got on base.
Well, first pitch swinging for McGee, and Callahan takes a nasty time to warm up into the game as Golden goes hard and up the middle for a hit. She's looking for an extra base, and she's going to run herself into trouble. Just going for that extra base, a little bit of adrenaline. Really quickly onto a Bev and fired it in right on key, and she was gone a long way from home. Her only hope was that somehow the fielder dropped the ball or something, because she was well and truly out of her ground there.
Boys, I'm going to create a new...
Later on down the order, Montana Edwards as she drives it to right field, so 2 for 2 to start the game.
Out at third, that's another pressure point play that won them the game.
Opposite field hitter, she drives it right side, it's over the head of Penglace. There's extra bases. Marcelina's going to catch Neves, but she had to hold up. The play's going to be at the plate. Another terrific defensive play from the Glenelg Rebels. Neves under pressure from Marcelino, pushing for that third base. This one getting it in quick. As you said, Marcelino chasing Neves around the bases. She got to within about 5 metres of her. Neves was out, tanked at the end there, and well played by Glenelg. Goes hard, hits it to the left side, and a 4th consecutive hit to Port Adelaide from their first 4 batters, and they finally bring their first run across the plate.
And they've only scored 1 run.
Or just gets tied up with Vandenbrink and still makes the catch as she uses the back net.
There, and they only score 1 run. The scoreboard shows the same.
Right field line, Yo Grauer's there rolling the arm over already, so she's ready for it. Nicholson gets bat on ball. It just dropped short of Edwards, who has time to recover to make the play. Search for a ball to get an out at the first base, so great work there by that pair.
And defensively right now, Port Adelaide looking back in the lineup for Glenelg.
Just like that, she in a preliminary final and goes towards second base, really pushed the ball, and Montana Edwards.
Peterson.
Ground ball to third. Courtney Shepherd fires it across to Yo Grauer for out number 1.
And
chance from her. Change of pace. Peterson goes to backhand this one. A little dribbler's going to get an infield single for Smith.
It's great.
Pickoff throws behind the runner, and McKenna Smith with some heads up running. Really baited Sydney Horton there. Change up is popped up, and McGee gets underneath it and takes a good catch to end the inning. Gets a change up, it goes to the right side, it spins awkwardly, and she's going to get aboard. Well, she's done the job for her team again and won't get credited a hit, because that one spun out the glove of McKenna Smith, and that's the reason why she drills it down the left field line. Jess Maslin dives to stop it from getting past her. It's a stand-up double for Grauer. She's 1 for 1 and 7.
Maslin running down here. There's that little dive to cut it off. If she doesn't make that play, a run very well could score. That's some good fielding from Jess Maslin down the left side.
Absolutely. If she didn't do that little slide, that ball's past her into the fence, which guarantees at least 1 run and a... Sasha Penglace, yeah, I think it counts. Sasha Penglace, the RBI hitter from the first inning, hits it hard, but infield fly her first time, and aggressive this whole game so far. Both teams really getting after trees. It was Golden catching to Grauer last year. She grounds over to second base. Glenelg defense poised. It's popped up to centre field. Georgia Bevan in a good position with 19 on the season. Golden will steal and slides around the tag. Kilometres an hour down to 60 k's an hour. Hammered to left field. Hits the fence on the full. Marcelino's going to have a second double of the ball game. This one has an RBI tagged onto it. On a play that probably should have been made. Golden gets safe. Oh, tough bounce for Sophie Kinnear. It was hit really hard at the Glenelg shortstop. Out. Port Adelaide have made him pay. Well, that one looked like it was a dead ball off the leg, but it spun into play and
Yeah, that's off his shin.
Yeah, one bounce into the ground. It spun backwards into the leg of Callahan, and Port Adelaide get another chance here. This goes downstairs and will walk in a run.
Free bases, free bases, free bases.
In this late night game, as it's high and deep out to left field, it's going to be good enough for an RBI as Jess Maslin crosses the plate. And McKenna Smith, a single and a sacrifice fly in this game, really contributing down the order.
Curve, that would have got past where your left fielder is now.
Strikeout looking, so all year. Strikeout looking. Another strikeout, 2 for the inning, and again just puts the ball into play. And Callahan on a soft roller. Player only, offensive player only as Angler. A second pitch in a row goes to the right side, and Pinglace has overrun it. She's looking for extras, and she turns 2. She's got to get to 3 easy enough as Kinnear only just receives the ball in shallow right field, and she's pumped for her team. Hard hit shot into the left centre, or right centre alley. It goes all the way to the fence. She's got an RBI to the name. She's quick around the bases. She stands at 3. She's not looking at the play. She could have got home. Celebrating with her dugout. Back-to-back triples for Port Adelaide, and they go out to a 5-1 lead. 10 hits for Port Adelaide in this game. Well, Horton held on to that one and made no play at the plate to allow Golden to come in and score. Strikeout. Swinging for Neves and the first out. Ground ball back to Grauer at first, and she throws it across to Cochrane for hard first pitch. Make it 3 singles for the night. Not afraid to swing the bat, this Port Adelaide team, and drills it hard centre field. And Georgia Bevan gets across, moves to her left and takes a good catch right in front of the eyes.
And only 2.
Just throws her hands through the ball. It's going to land in. Maslin went for the diving stop again, and it gets away. Horton turns 2 and will stand at 3. She's sent home. She's going to take on the arm of Marcelino. She's going to get caught short. That was an awful tag from Golden. Tagged her right in the face. And Sydney Horton taking exception to it.
She got herself around, she came home, the ball got in early enough to Golden, but there's a bit of a question here. I think there's a fair bit of exception to the tagging method here, and KT just having a little chat.
There's the look at the C-Max replay, and this is what you're saying, Pete. She just said, She tagged me in the face.
I'll take the out, but yeah, look what she's done. She tagged
me in the face. She said it twice. String together some hits. You're going to score that run if you're going to come back, and there would have been the run.
And the run would have scored as Georgia Bevan smashes one up the middle. I'm a little shaken. I've got to...
Actually had to come around the home plate umpire who was standing on the line.
3 hits in a row for Glenelg. Bevan has a look to see how deep it was before she decides to go to third base. And
at bat with loaded bases in this game, and they've only scored 1 run. And there's some frustration showing.
Really standing up for Glenelg as Kinnear chases one high, and she will force out the runner at 1 and leave the bases loaded. Gets a shot to left field. It's the second hit of the game, and 3 plate appearances.
Wouldn't it?
Gets the ball down this time. She's too quick. She beats out the throw. Yo Grauer did the
bulk of the work as she drives it to the right side, and a catch taken by Penglace. The runner wasn't tagging up on any of the bases, so ending run. A walk-off opportunity here. Ground ball to first base as Gemma Cochran plays the lead runner. She was deep. She was a step away from first base. Onslaught after onslaught as a shot to centre field. And here comes Zoe Thompson. She's quick around the bases, slides in to score 2 runs on the shot from Jess Neves. A walk-off for Neves as Port Adelaide get the job done in 5, 8-1.
Never say Neves. Say yes to the Jess. You have to throw it in there.